Okay, I'm on the air. Hey YouTube, this is Radiant Sealer back, and I'm sorry I've been late with the card of the week for 2 weeks now, but I'll try to get ahead of it. But today we're gonna look at the deck of the month for February 2008, and the theme of this deck is it's the quantity, not the quality, which means there's not really many good effect monsters and such in it. It's mostly just having a lot of cards out and having a lot of cards with the same name. So I'll just go over the monsters first. First we have Goblin Attack Force. I consider this a stable monster for most decks since it's one of my favorites. Earth attribute 4 stars, 2300 0. When it attacks, it switches to defense and can't switch until the end your next end phase. Well, of course, unless by card effects. Senju of the Thousand Hands, light attribute 4 stars, 1400 1000. And when it's summoned, you get 1 ritual monster to your hand from your deck. Pretty useful for this deck. We'll get to that later. Sonic Bird, it's exactly the Senju, save it has wind attribute instead, and it picks up the ritual spell card. Now you can also use Manju of the 10,000 Hands, but I've not got that one yet, but I can recommend running it. I run 2 Truckroids as well, since they're earth attributed, got a lot of defense, and their ability is quite handsome as well. 4 stars earth. When it destroys a monster, that monster gets equipped to it, if it would be sent to the graveyard, and then this monster gains the attack of the monster. Now, the cool thing about this is that it can equip more cards, so you can actually fill up your opponent's spell trap card zone with it, if you got enough power. One of the main cards, Lycanthrope, sadly I've only got 1, but I would really recommend running at least 2 in this deck. Earth attribute 6 stars, 2400, and 1800 defense. Its effect is that when it deals battle damage to your opponents lose 200 life points additional for every normal monster in your graveyard, so it's pretty useful in this deck. Now, instead of the Lycanthropes that I didn't have, I've thrown in 2 Blackluster Soldiers, just because they're cool. 8 stars, earth attribute, 3000, 2500. Quite easy to bring out with advanced ritual art. Then I run the normal monsters, Warrior of Zera, 1600, Earth, 4 stars, just because I think he's cool. Giant Soldier of Stone is used for Lycanthrope's ritual summoning with the advanced ritual art, which we'll get to later. Earth attribute, 3 stars, 2000 attack, 1300 defense. I think it's a pretty cool card since it's got quite a lot of defense for a 3-star monster and quite a lot of attack for it as well. Should be 4-star to me, but who am I to complain? Then I run 3 Dark Blade as one of the main offenders of this deck. Dark attribute 4 stars, 1800 and 1500. Just a warrior. Dark attribute, if I didn't say it. Now 3 Luster Dragons, 1900 and 1600. Wind attribute 4 stars. Just another good offend card. Now I run 3 Elemental Hero Neos, because he's my favorite card of all. Light attribute 7 stars, 2500, 2000, and he's good for using with advanced ritual art and then using other cards to bring him out as well. Traps, Call of the Haunted, stable, you all know what this does, simply brings back one of your monsters. Common Charity, first you draw 2 cards and then you have to remove 1 normal monster card from your hand from the game. And if you can't do this, you have to send your entire hand to the graveyard. So it's quite easy, quite good to use in this deck. I can actually recommend running 2. I've only used 1 for this. Birthright is like the Call of the Haunted, but it only works for normal monsters, which is good in this deck. So I run 2 Aqua Chorus, since they just improve attack power. Continuous trap cards. Got 1 of them in, what's it called? Particle Rare? What? Promo rare, never mind. Well, they increase the attack of each monster that shares a name with another by 500 attack and defense points. So that means you got 2 Warrior of Zera out, that's another 1000 for each of them, making them 2600. Just with 1 out, and that's 3600 if you've got 2 Aqua Chorus out. Just for the Warrior of Zeros, of course. Luster Dragon would have 1500 additional, making them 4400 attack points. So with these cards you easily overpower this deck. Now, instead of Sakuretsu Armor, we run 3 Justi-Breaks. It's quite simple. You can only activate it once an attack is declared towards one of your normal monsters, and then it destroys all face-up effect monsters in attack position. I think it's quite cool because many people run only effect monsters in the decks. It's very few who actually run normal monsters. So it's clearing out the entire field and allowing you to go for your opponents next time. Now we come to the spells. Stable, MST, you all know what it does. Quick play, destroys a spell trap. Amulet of Ambition, it's quite difficult to explain, so I'll just read it aloud from the card itself. Equip spell. Equip only to a normal monster. If it battles a monster with a higher level, the equipped monster gains 500 attack, X the difference in levels during the battle only. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can return it to the top of your deck. So it's just a card for overpowering your normal monsters. I used it earlier today to use my Dark Blaze to destroy Gladiator Beast Alexandra. Gained it 1,000 attack points. Lightning Vortex, I consider this as stable. Discard a card and destroy all your opponent's face-up monsters. Another stable, which I would have loved to run 2 of in this deck. Pot of Avarice, but I've only got 1. You pick 5 monster cards from your graveyard, set them to your deck, and then draw 2 cards. Dark Factory of Mass Production takes 2 normal monsters from your grave and add them to your hand. So if you just summoned, let's say, Blackluster Soldier with Advanced Ritual Art, and you send off 2 Lusty Dragons, you get them back to your hand and then unload to summon at this turn. The field spell for this deck is Gaia Power. Increases the attack of all Earth monsters by 500 and decreases their defense by 4. And just use it because, well, it allows the Warrior of Zera to become Cyber Dragon and such. And Blackluster Soldier gains 3,500, making it quite hard to beat down with simple raw power. Now I know this deck is kind of basic, but I wanted to make decks that actually can be used by those who don't go out and use like hundreds of cards of whatever volatile you've got on cards. Then we have more than 1 Chthonian Alliance. Where is it? Ah, there. 2 Chthonian Alliance. Just equip it to a monster and it gains 800 attack for every monster that it shares a name with. So you got 3 Neos out, put these in 2 of them, and then you have 2 monsters with 4,100 out. Now I can recommend using an Earth monster with the same attack or higher attack as Neos, but still normal. But I don't know of any of them, so. And now for the main card of this deck, I would say Advanced Ritual Art. It's a ritual spell, and to summon a ritual monster, you can use this for any ritual monster you want, which makes it really cool. And the best thing is you don't have to hold the monsters that you need for the ritual summon in your hand. Just this card and the monster. Then you send monster with the same level from your deck to the graveyard. Normal monsters they must be. And then the ritual monster is summoned. So that was the deck for this month. And as I said, it's basic. But that's just something I did because I can't afford going out and using hundreds of DKKR for cards, when I can just use cards like this and make fun decks. I'm actually gonna try using this for a few matches during my next tournament, and I will tell you if there's any improvements. So enjoy, please comment and rate and so on. See ya YouTube. Oh, and thanks for the new subscribers.